Hi and welcome to High on Coding. I'm your host Mohammad Azam, and I'm here to present you with another video, and this time it is about Visual Studio 2010. Now this is mostly about the video is about the script loader, which is a very nice feature that the ASP.NET team added into the ASP.NET framework, I guess. It will allow you to download the script when you tell it to download the script. So if you have, let's say you have your custom JavaScript file, which is like 200 KB, it's like from your corporate, it's a huge file, and you don't want to download it when the page actually loads because it's not being used at that particular point. Okay, so it's used when a user press a specific button or users does some specific actions. So at only that point you want to load that script, and that's what ScriptLoader does. The first thing is the script. Right now I am referencing to a start.js, which is basically responsible for loading the script loader. This script doesn't really have anything. I'm going to show you in detail what that script we can implement that. So what I want to do is to do some sort of a jQuery function to change the background of this div, and what will happen is I want to load the jQuery when I click a button. So as you can see, there is no jQuery reference in the head section of the page. So I'm going to load it when I click a button. It will load the jQuery library, and then it will basically perform some action. Okay, so here we go. So we'll go ahead and implement a button. I'm just going to say button, and value is let's say change color, and on click I'm just going to say change color. This is a method that will be fired. I've been getting a lot of emails from people saying that your videos are great and we really do enjoy it. The problem is that you upload the video on YouTube, and when we are at work, which is most of the time, like 10 hours a day you're at work, you cannot watch YouTube because it's blocked by your corporate network, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload all the videos on High on Coding. It will be Flash based, so you can, if you're working on your Mac, you can view the videos. If you're working on your PC, you can view the videos, and hopefully High on Coding is not blocked on your corporate network, right? So you can watch it. Script language, so I'm just going to say JavaScript, type JavaScript, and over here I'm going to implement the function which is change color. Okay, now what I need to do right now is to load the script. Okay, and since this is a Microsoft framework, they have a special kind of like a convention, a script.require, and then oops, there we go, script.require, and now you can have some kind of like an array of scripts that you can load. But I just need to load a particular scripts, and they have already predefined some of the scripts. Just like you can see, jQuery is popping out, so you can use that. And when the script is loaded, you can fire a different function, which is like a callback function. Okay, so the first thing is that load the script, and then you can do some sort of function. Let's say I'm going to say the script is now loaded. I can say display, which is the div.css, and I'm just going to say background color, and I will set it to yellow. Okay, and that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is let's load this page, view in browser. So now the page has loaded. I'm using a Firebug. If you don't know what Firebug is, you can go to High on Coding and watch a video about that also. It's a debugging tool. It allows you to view, inspect the content. It's like totally cool. It allows to, you can view CSS scripts and all sort of things. So now using Firebug, I can actually see that there are two things that are being loaded. Actually, let me go ahead and clear history and let's load it again. So the three things are being loaded: the page itself, which is demo, this one, demo script loader. The second thing is start.js, which contains all the necessary script for the script loader control to work. And then this script, which 3 bytes, really doesn't have anything. And you can see the jQuery script is not loaded right now. Okay, and I need to change the color of this div into yellow or any other color when I say change color. So let's click that, and now you can see the jQuery script was first downloaded from this particular path, and then the operation was performed. Okay, so now the question is, can I use this on my custom scripts? Of course, that's the main purpose of it, that you can use it on your custom script. So let's check it out how you can do that. So let's say that you have something called a button. Oops. And let's say call animal. Okay. And I will say, just say call animal. So this is that's a function which will call animal. Now animal is just a JS class, as you can see over here. It doesn't really have anything, it just says greet animal. And it has we also have a dog.js, which just says bark function, it says woof. So let's go back to the demo over here, call animal. Now what we want is to call the script or the function in the animal, which is like greet animal or something, right? So I'm just going to say call animal. And now I need to do some sort of a require something, right? So I'm going to say sys.require dot, but I don't have the animal, IntelliSense support over here. So what I'm going to do is use this script, which is being downloaded in the page, this one. And if you open it up, you can see it's pretty much nothing over there. So what I'm going to do is to implement some code for the script loader to realize that there are other files which are custom scripts that you can load. So you can start with script.loader.define scripts. Okay, let's pass in first parameter for null, and let's pass, now over here you will define what kind of scripts you want to load. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add one more thing. It's just always good to make sure that you are closing everything up. So the first script that I need to load is the animal script. So I'm just going to say animal script, and you can of course name anything that you want. Now you have a release URL, you also have a debug URL. I'm just going to use a release URL and point to the animal.js file. Okay. It's loaded. I think it means that you have to load it only once and you don't have to load it twice. Animal script. Okay, and now the next one I'm going to do for the dog script. Okay, so name is, let's say, dog script. Release URL, it can be dog.js. Okay, the next thing is loaded, which is I think it's going to make sure that window.animal script has been loaded, and it's going to then make sure that it only loads for one time. And now the dependencies, which is the really nice features. Dependency will make sure that when you are loading dog script, that the animal script has already been loaded. So we are creating a dependency on the animal script. And why, now you can ask that, okay, why would you ever have a dependency? Well, a dependency will play a very important role if you have some sort of a function, you're calling some sort of function in dog.js file, which uses the code or a function from animal.js file. So then you have a dependency, and in order for that function to work properly, you first must load animal script or animal.js and then dog.js. Okay, so now After this, you have set up your script loader and you have already defined the scripts, that what scripts need to be loaded. Okay,